Hey, good morning. Welcome to EXSIN Live. It's Dave and Phil. And progress creates challenges.
like parking.
But hey, the good news is Guthrie, Oklahoma is growing, and we're happy for them. And that's a good thing. But we're going to talk about how to become the leader people want to work for in challenging times. And if you own a business right now, I don't care how big it is, you have a people problem.
Yeah, I mean, if you're a human being, you have a people problem because you have yourself to deal with. Right. There's always a problem. But
we're talking about keeping people on board in your company, not leaving. The economy's not doing as well as we would hope.
Right. And I think that's, there's to the hiring. I mean, talking about not leaving, but just finding people to come, has became a whole challenge. I don't know how everybody's living. I do.
They're YouTube creators. Oh, boy. And they have a huge following.
Create all that value. But anyway, we may have to start this one over. I may go south on this.
Don't go south. Stay up above the water. Let's not get
you have people problems because there's a lot of folks, and I love everybody keeps saying, well, I think we may end up in a recession. I always go,
we are in a recession.
We're already in one. I don't know where you what you think a recession is, but there are a lot of challenges, and there's a lot of challenges day to day. The unknown's one of the biggest challenges. People are more scared of what may be coming than what's already here, and that creates in many situations that'll create indecisiveness or making snap decisions, so it just really creates a lot of problems. So it's real important that a leader is focused, leading from the front, being that calming voice through the uncertainty. I mean, that's extremely important. It's always important, but it's even more important now.
I think one thing you got to caution yourself of as a leader in an organization is that everybody's preaching doom and gloom right now.
Yep.
As a leader, I learned this a long time ago. You got to be a duck, man. You got to stay calm. You can't let people see you sweat. Remember the commercial? Don't let them see you sweat. We're pretty old, so probably.
That was a great commercial, though.
I can't remember.
Never let them see you. Never let them see you sweat.
I think it was Secret for the ladies.
Yeah.
I think never let them years ago. But the point is, you need to stay calm and keep your composure when things are going to hell in a handbasket. I mean, there was a company in Mississippi last week that laid off every employee the day before Thanksgiving via email. It's the wrong way to go.
Oh, yeah.
Right? They did not stay calm in a difficult situation. They pulled a trigger, and now it's a huge mess. Well,
and I want to say this. There's a difference between staying positive and being Pollyanna. Okay? Don't be the person either that's standing at the room that's like, I don't know why everybody's so shook up while the house is burning down around you.
I'm sitting right here.
Yeah, I know, but you need to hear this. I mean, today, and Dave, believe me, Dave isn't Pollyanna, but you want to be positive, but you want to be real with people. And a great way to say it, listen, I know there's challenging times. We've had challenging times before. We'll have challenging times after this. Guess what? We're going to be okay. And this is why we're going to be okay. And lead from the front. I mean, you can do that, but don't act like nothing to see here, because then people get offended. You're going to create another problem. They're going to be like, okay, is he the only person in the world that doesn't realize there's a problem?
Is he the only one at the company that's hitting the dispensary every day, right?
That boy's eating more gummies.
What's up with that?
Well,
and I think Phil's right. Being calm doesn't mean you're unrealistic.
Correct.
Expectations and you're dishonest about what's going on. And that leads to the second thing. Share about your experiences. Most business owners have taken it on the chin a few times.
Oh, yeah.
And when you share your personal experiences of how you failed and what happened in your personal life and your professional life, it's going to let your employees know you're real. I mean, how many parents out there have kids that have struggled in a class and they don't let their kids know that they struggled in school as well?
Yeah, they act like they were straight A students, or they never had test anxiety, or were never picked on in junior high, or were never this or never that. Dave and I have talked about this. I've always said, I can see that's Matt Wilson, but I'm blind as a bat, and I can't.
Duckness has been the hardest trait you guys taught me.
Yeah, duckness is hard.
Tough.
It is hard. It is tough. But I want to go back real quick for.
Rewind.
Yeah, sorry.
For Matt?
No, well, yeah, Matt will laugh at this. I remember the first time in the military in a real situation, and there was a senior master sergeant come to me. He says, "Boys, we got two options. and both of them suck. I'll never
but that's honest and it's fair and it's positive.
Then he wasn't panicking. He just was letting us know. He said, we got two options. They both suck.
Which one sucks less, right?
Which one sucks the least?
But as a leader, that's important when you're being honest with your people and you're talking to them. All your options may be terrible options. Pick the one with the least harm,
right,
and let your team work through it with you. I mean, it's important to do that.
Well, and I think it goes back to what you just said is really, really valuable. You've got to be communicating to your team. And I think leaders let me back up. I wouldn't really call them leaders. People that are in leadership positions where they get themselves in trouble is when they try to convince everybody they have all the answers when they don't have any of the answers. Instead of going to their people, being a team and saying, hey, listen, these are the realities of what we're facing. Let's throw in here together. Let's figure this out. And if you created the right culture, even during times when both options suck, you got two options and they both suck, you're going to get a better outcome because you're going to get the input and the communication from a variety of folks. And that's important. I know our generation was the last generation raised by where the fist slamming on the desk, by God this and by God that. I mean, we've both experienced that.
No, I have never experienced.
I know. And it's a different thing, man. I mean, it's a different thing. And I was at a conference last summer, and this guy did this whole presentation about how the hierarchical leadership system doesn't work with today's generation of people. Oh boy. Yeah, both options suck. Yeah.
He's being nice to us. Thanks, Matt.
Okay, somebody has hijacked Matt's.
Matt, is that you?
Matt, how many push-ups?
Matt, are you okay?
I can. Matt, how many push-ups did I do when we were in the 8th grade? If he can answer this question, we'll know it's Matt.
Matt, are you okay? And we digress with the show, but that's okay because it's important to engage and communicate. And I will tell you, as a leader leading through challenging times,
that's Matt.
That's sort counting. That's funny. When you're a leader leading in challenging times, you cannot over communicate. It's impossible.
Right. Yeah.
To let people know what's going on. Here's another thing that I find interesting, and we had a conversation at lunch yesterday where an individual wasn't doing this, and it's balance. Humility and confidence.
Yeah.
I hate to break it to all of you, but you're not the smartest person in the room.
And nobody's special.
And if you are, you're hanging out in the wrong room.
Yeah. That's right. Trust me, if I'm the smartest guy in the room, we got problems.
Me too. I agree with that. But the point is be approachable to your team. It's okay to be confident, but don't be arrogant.
Well, that's the whole thing. I think, I love to say this. Dave chuckles every time I tell somebody this. None of us are special.
No.
I mean, we're not. There's nobody special. Just get over yourself. It still comes down to doing the things, what that old saying, successful people are willing to do the things unsuccessful people aren't. When I first heard that years ago, I thought, well, that's kind of, and then now as an almost, closer to 60 than 50 guy.
As you're a wiser person, you've seen.
It's true.
Oh, it is.
I mean, it's 100% true. You just got to be willing to do things. And sometimes they're not fun things. We tell people that we engage with all the time. Matt will know this because we've told Matt this before. You got to embrace the suck.
Yep.
Some things just aren't fun, and you got to embrace it. Because there's the other option is to not embrace it. Well, we know the outcome of that. It's going to be whatever you were getting before,
and you're complaining the whole time.
So it's just misery.
I've been there. Yeah, you've been there too, where you don't embrace the terrible thing you're having to deal with, and you complain about it all the time, make everybody else miserable too. I did that.
And Matt just posted, and I had the great fortune of loving Matt's dad. I know I did. One of a fine man, Glenn, and he'll be genuine. And he was a genuine man. Smoked a pipe.
Nice.
And it smelled so good. I always loved going into Matt's house. And his mom makes the best tacos. I remember that too. So, yeah. Matt and I have met.
Matt, do you have the family taco recipe? Could you share it with us? I love some tacos.
Yeah.
And Matt, you are correct. We enjoy the poor situation in life because we have no other choice but to enjoy it.
Yeah, no, that's true. Well, I mean, that goes back because telling that story. But So we got two options. They both suck.
Yeah.
What do you think our reaction was? We'll start laughing.
Yep.
Well, okay.
One of them. And look, as a leader, you have to have a sense of humor. You also have to be receptive to feedback, right?
Better be.
If you're not listening to your team about what's going on, there are going to be some blind spots that are going to smack you right in the face.
Well, we ask our clients all the time. We're in the middle of a really
fun engagement,
but it's also it's a very involved engagement.
Challenging.
Yeah. And it's awesome, but we always ask everybody, okay, what are we not giving you that you need? You know, just trying to always kind of peel back the layers to see, is there more we could be doing? And what's that old saying? Don't ask a question you don't want to hear the answer to.
That's fact.
I mean, but we want to hear the answer, the good or the bad. And I think that makes you better as well. As a leader, be willing to have those conversations with your people and say, listen, what could I be doing differently? What could I be doing better? I feel bad because I'm blind and I know
it says beef, shell, grease, and salad. There's got to be some kind. Matt, I love the recipe, but there's got to be some kind of seasoning in there. Do you have your mom's seasoning?
Oh, no, I'm just telling you, she made the best tacos.
So we're digressing. Phil and I are both foodies, so we like good food, and Matt's mom makes really good tacos.
Then we love Matt. So we love interacting with Matt. So
we need to have Matt. Matt can become the bear of our podcast.
I'm proud of Matt. You talk about somebody that's embracing the suck right now.
He's taking care of himself.
Well, he's making life changes physically, and that's important to all of us that love him, because we need him to be around for a long time. But
yes, sir.
But we are proud of you, Matt. Keep doing it, because that's a big, big deal.
Maybe we'll have Matt come on one day and be the ESPN guy named Bear that's on the side. And
I love Bear. Bear's fun.
That would be a good Bear.
He would. Now, Matt doesn't watch ESPN, so he doesn't know who we're talking about right now.
You got to watch Game Day Saturday for 5 minutes.
No, he won't. Let me answer this question for you. You have a better chance of doing me growing hair than Matt watching Game Day Live for football for 5 minutes.
Okay.
He just won't.
So let's circle back to get back on track. As a leader, you got to be receptive to feedback, and feedback comes in a lot of forms. And this is going to sound cheesy, but I'm going to say it anyway. Suggestion boxes in your organization for your introverts who don't want to tell you what they think, but you need to hear it.
Yeah.
Open forums for people to say stuff, and be willing. Look, you're going to have jackwagons in your organization that are going to say stupid stuff. Acknowledge that they're jackwagons, smile, and move along.
Well, I think I would recommend, there's all kinds of, I'm just going to name one by name, but internally use SurveyMonkey or a form like that, to where you can do electronic surveys where your employees can give you anonymous feedback. Google Forms.
Yep. There's
a lot of ways to do it, but you will get what we call pearls out of those. Now, listen, we're engaged with a client, and we spent the first 3 weeks just basically interviewing all the employees and getting their personal visions and just hearing from them. Well, believe me, you hear a little bit of everything. And then we have the leadership team over there that, to a degree, I know was a little anxious when we were doing that.
Yeah, I think so.
Because it's not a normal, everybody's kind of downloading their stuff. And we were in a meeting yesterday with one of those leaders, and I said, listen, so this isn't our first rodeo. We know we get it. I always give the example, a hiring manager or the boss is the smartest guy in the world the day you hire somebody in that person's eyes, and then you get progressively dumber every day thereafter in their eyes.
Fact.
And so that's just human nature. If you're in a leadership role, people are always going to think that they could do it better, or they have better ideas, or they this, or and that's fine. But until you're sitting in that cockpit, do you really know how you're going to handle a complete engine failure in an aircraft?
You don't. When an engine catches on fire, you don't know what you're going to do. You can sim 1,000 times, and hopefully you revert to your training. But when you see smoke coming out of the airplane, it can be stressful for some.
Somebody says, I remember a guy asking a group of us, he said, so what do you do when your chute doesn't open? And said, well, our chute's always open. Oh yeah, we're talking to you, right? So
I don't know what I would do.
I don't know what I do. I don't ever want to know.
Now, so let's circle back to kind of the pearls from today. So stay calm.
Yeah.
Share more about yourself. Balance humility and confidence. and be open to feedback. If you want to build a strong team and be effective as a leader, those are the 4 things that I would focus on right now. Look, next year is not going to get any better. Let's just be honest.
Yeah, it's going to be challenging.
This is an opportunity for the people that are smart to pivot their business a little bit, to make some changes or hold the line and do great things.
Yeah, be honest with your people. Just be honest with them. I mean, there's absolutely nothing bad going to come out of saying, hey, this is the reality of the situation. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. If that does, some people say, well, I don't want to scare people off. Well, if they're scared off by reality, do you really want them on your team? I mean, are they really bringing value?
And look, most normal people know what's going on right now.
Yeah.
And I want to share this last piece. I think it's really important. During poor political leadership times in our country, great Americans have risen to the top in business
every time
and done incredibly amazing things. So are you going to be that great American that figures out a way to solve a problem that nobody else can solve and just blow it up? I mean, are you going to be the next founder of McDonald's? Are you going to be the next founder of FedEx? Are you going to be the next founder of you name the company? Now is the time to leverage the challenges and solve problems that nobody else is willing to solve.
Well, and Dave, what Dave's talking about, you got to be honest. I mean, I don't care what your political leanings are. If you look around and think that we have strong leadership right now, I'm not saying any one particular party. I'm saying in general. Yeah. Well, quit watching cartoons. I mean, we got to stand up and be our own leaders. We got to take care of ourselves. We've got to do those things. Quit waiting for somebody else to fix something for you. Take charge of your life, take charge of your business, and things will be better.
Your statement for the week: what am I going to do to make a difference?
Yeah, absolutely.
What am I going to do to make a difference? You can't change who's around you. What am I going to do to make a difference? You got this.
Yeah, you do.
All right. So with that, Dave and Phil, EXSIN Lab, we'll see you next week. We are out of here.
Get Matt fit.